Hey there, my name is Anthony Romano, and in this video I'm going to tell you, if you're a skinny guy or a skinny girl and you want to build muscle, I'm going to tell you the only tricks you need to know, the only hacks you need to know, and frankly, of all the other videos I've watched, even when I was starting out as a skinny guy, when I was like 16 years old, nobody was talking about these things, but now I know them and I've used them to my advantage to get the physique that I thoroughly enjoy having, and I'm still working on and building every day with these principles. After I roll my intro, enjoy. So, when we're talking about building muscle as a skinny guy, a lot of people will come at me and say, oh, I have too fast of metabolism. Maybe you even say this. I had a guy ask me the other day, how do I slow down my metabolism? You don't want to slow down your metabolism. Newsflash, okay? People think that fast metabolism is associated with you're going to burn all the fat and you're not going to add size too much. And slow metabolism is you're going to add everything quicker, whether it's fat or muscle. This is actually not true. Fast metabolism is actually conducive to building muscle and losing fat. Slow metabolism is less conducive to both goals as well. The benefits to muscle building come with a faster metabolism. It just might not show as apparently due to how little fat you're adding. It's not going to be as apparent, right? Due to how lean you're adding those gains. But here are the common problems for many of the skinny guys that I've helped and that I'm continuing to help. So, you don't want to slow down your metabolism. Why is that? Well, because you have a better insulin sensitivity. Chances are, if you're a skinny guy, right, this particular gentleman who was talking to me had like veins that were very visible. He wasn't a big guy, he was skinny, tall, good size frame, but you could see his veins. He was lean, right? The typical skinny guy, but he just needed the size. If he had the same level of leanness, he would look incredible if he had the muscle. And most skinny guys are like that. Some guys are skinny fat type of thing. That's what they call it. Not, calling you out if you're skinny fat. We've all been there. The skinny body type naturally has a higher insulin sensitivity. If they didn't, you wouldn't be so lean. You'd be skinny fat. So skinny and lean, right? That inherently means you have a faster metabolism, but it also means you have a higher insulin sensitivity. So what does this mean? What does insulin sensitivity mean? Well, it means that your body is going to use insulin more effectively. Insulin is both the fat storage hormone and it's also permissive to muscle growth. So in order for sugar to enter the cells in your body, insulin has to kind of escort them in. And how that translates to building muscle is that, let's say you're insulin sensitive. This means all the insulin that your body releases in response to carbs, right? So you eat some carbs. I mean, your body will release insulin to protein as well, and some fats. But when you eat carbs and protein, right? If you're insulin sensitive, that means all that carb is going to go directly into your muscles or your liver, but your muscles first. So all those carbs are going to go where they need to go. They're not going to spill over, and you're not going to add any fat with the extra carbs or the extra insulin. So people who are less insulin sensitive, which we call insulin resistant, means that their body is resisting some of the insulin. It doesn't escort all the carbs into the muscles appropriately. And basically, due to that lack of efficiency in the insulin response, some of that insulin is creating fat storage rather than escorting carbs into your muscles or in where they need to be, organs and all that stuff. So insulin will flush nutrients into your muscles, and of course sugar in your muscles as stored glycogen. But that is a benefit for people trying to bulk and build up, because it means that you're going to use those carbs and that insulin more effectively. So how does this help you on a practical level if you're a skinny guy trying to build up? Well, the second half of this video is going to talk about the quality of food that you're putting in, the quality of protein that you're putting in to actually build up size. So when we're talking about what a lot of people do, a lot of people will come in with the approach and say, I'm just going to eat more carbs and eat more calories, right? That's going to diminish your insulin sensitivity, because the more carbs you take in, the more sugar you take in, the less effective your body's going to be at using that sugar. That's why eventually you will get fat if you eat 5,000 calories every day. At first, your metabolism might hold on, but then you start to realize how fragile that term metabolism is. It's just a term we use to explain how quickly people add weight without really thinking about what metabolism actually means, how quickly you metabolize, right? You can metabolize 5,000 calories fast, but if you do that every day, if you're metabolizing 5,000 calories, you will eventually spill over and add weight because your insulin sensitivity is diminished. You are less sensitive to those carbs. And why are you less sensitive to them? Because you're throwing them at your body every which way, every 5 minutes with the 7-8 meals you eat a day in order to reach 5,000 calories. You become less sensitive to something when it's happening all the time, right? If you see something on a regular basis, you're desensitized to it. If you, I don't know, if you play violent video games, then you're going to be less sensitive to like seeing a video of, I don't know, like a funny video of like Tom and Jerry, somebody like, you know, like a violent act being committed, like Tom blowing up Jerry or whatever, right? But, or is it the other way around? Jerry blowing up Tom, whatever. But if you go back to somebody in the, you know, 1800s who's never seen anything, like who hasn't played Grand Theft Auto, and you show them a video of like Tom and Jerry, it'll traumatize them, right? You're more sensitive to something. I know, excuse that terrible example, but you get the point. You get less sensitive to things when you're exposed to them all the time. Your body's the same with insulin. So when we're talking about building muscle as a skinny guy, you don't want to jam pack all the calories and all the carbs in the world. That's just going to make you fat, and then you're going to be skinny fat. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to get the quality proteins and the quality carb sources if you're using carbs in your bulk. If not, then go for a keto bulk, which in my opinion has worked very well and is the bulking method I'm going to be using going forward with, you know, occasional strategic carb ups. But you're going to want to prioritize quality, not quantity, right? And everybody on YouTube seems to be stressing quantity. They're stressing, just eat this many calories in excess, eat this much protein in excess. Not all calories and not all proteins are the same. I explain this in some of my other videos, but example, the difference between thousands of milligrams of fructose and thousands of milligrams of glucose will kill you. It literally will kill you. And fructose is fruit sugar, glucose is just regular simple starch sugar. So when we're talking about, I mean, nobody's going to be taking in 1,000 milligrams of fructose a day, but you get the point. When it comes to carb sources, they're not all the same. When it comes to protein sources, they're not all the same. So what is the best way to bulk up as a skinny guy? To get good quality protein. So where do you get that? You get that from, of course, you can get, you know, whey protein supplements and all those things. The best source is always going to be healthy, grass-fed animal products. It's going to be, you know, high quality eggs, high quality red meats. And a lot of people are afraid of the cholesterol. You don't have to be afraid of the cholesterol. Watch my videos on it. At least not from healthy grass-fed animal products. You will never see a study that says grass-fed steak led to cancer. You'll never see that, because a lot of times the problems people get from eating certain meats comes from the soy or the GMOs that these animals were fed. So although it's a little more expensive, if you have access to this, even if it's just a farmer, whatever you can do to get your hands on some pasture-raised grass-fed animal products, this is going to be, of course, you know, the most diverse range of amino acids in the highest quantities, right? Of course, with amino acids, you can still get a high dose of leucine from eating 10 eggs from Walmart each day, but, you know, there might be other side effects that come with that in terms of what those chickens were fed, right? Because if they're fed, you know, corn feed or grain feed all day long, you might not want to be eating that on a day-to-day basis. It might make you a little bit more inflammatory. But the point is, when we're talking about, for example's sake, if you were theoretically able to get the best quality eggs every single day, right, and eat plenty of them, eat 10 eggs a day, which is my bulking method of choice. I'm going to be putting some videos on that as well, and some collabs with people as well on YouTube with that topic. But if you think that's crazy, I took that idea from Vince Gironda, who's a golden era bodybuilding genius coach. He trained Arnold and all the golden era guys, and he made them have 36 eggs a day. Okay, so I, you know, mess around with around 10 when I'm trying to bulk, and somewhere around that vicinity I'll experiment with higher dosage of amino acids coming from quality animal foods like eggs. So I'll have, anywhere over 5 to 8 eggs a day. Maybe sometimes I have 10, some days I have 5, right? Play around with healthy animal products and getting the quality nutrients from those products, because they're going to be higher in fat soluble vitamins, A, E, D, and K. And sparing you an earful here, those fat soluble vitamins are very key to building hormones in your body. D3 is literally a hormone, and it's helpful in a lot of cellular functions. Even K2 and all these other functions that these vitamins play are going to make your bones stronger. It's going to flush calcium into your bones. So when we're talking about the hormonal effect of these things, the cholesterol from these foods, the healthy cholesterol, which comes from, healthy fats, is key for building and producing hormones so your body can actually function appropriately and build size. People are afraid of cholesterol, and I don't want to talk about it in this video. I have plenty of other videos where I talk about it, but when it comes to cholesterol overall, every cell in your body is made of cholesterol. Your body needs cholesterol to function, and that's why even if you don't eat it, it will produce it. More often than not, the problems come when your body has to produce its own cholesterol, because when you eat cholesterol, it downregulates its production of its own cholesterol, and essentially when you're getting that, you're taking a load off of your body by giving it the cholesterol, opposed to having your body being forced to make it. So for the skinny guys, what this means, prioritize quality. You can get high doses of leucine, which is a quality amino acid that can stimulate muscle growth on its own, from lots of eggs. You can get great hormone promoting benefits from the fat soluble vitamins in red meat that's healthy, like pasture raised, grass-fed, grass-finished animal products if you can get them. Those steaks that you could eat from there, even just the beef from those high quality animal foods, are of course going to be higher in all the essential amino acids, which are going to be very conducive to muscle growth, but the nutrient quality of these things is going to keep you full. And you're going to preserve your insulin sensitivity and your body's ability to make lean gains by keeping the calories at an appropriate, surplus, without skyrocketing it to the moon and having a huge dirty bulk on your hands. That's typically the problem, where everybody regrets the dirty bulk they did. I guarantee you, unless they go on a performance-enhancing drug cycle to get rid of it, so steroid cycle to burn through that fat, everybody regrets their dirty bulk. Every natural. Okay? So that's the wrap on this video. Keep your calories at an appropriate surplus, and you could look into other methods like my keto bulk, because all that you need is the appropriate amount of protein from quality sources and a slight calorie surplus, but not to the point where you're diminishing your body's sensitivity to those foods. Okay? That's the game-changing revelation for all you skinny guys out there trying to add muscle. Keep it about quality, not about quantity. That's the point of this video. If you want to learn more about my methods and the appropriate methods to building muscle mass in any capacity, especially lean gains, watch more of my videos. I guarantee you they will deliver. Beyond that, leave me some comments. I'll answer all your questions. Subscribe to me right now and like the video. If you want some keto coaching, if ketogenic dieting is interesting to you, go to my website, romanoketo.com. That includes keto bulking as well. And thank you again for watching. Anthony Romano, peace.